Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everybody is having a nice Tuesday morning. Um, Going over the 13th day of Eagles training camp. Um, you know, but obviously a lot going on right now. We have some news. We have a roster move this morning. But first of all, going over the Landon Dickerson stuff, since everything was really updated like pretty much last night. A very mild case with the meniscus, a mild tear from Landon Dickerson, and we'll have minor surgery, and is aiming to be back week 1. So it's not as bad, which is good. We've seen other guys that have had meniscus injuries that, like JJ McCarthy last year that needed a full rebuild of his meniscus. That's a 4+ month injury. Thank God with Landon Dickerson, this shit was very mild. ACL still intact. Everything's good. And we really dodged a huge fucking bullet the other day. Beyond. So that's where we're at. Kenyon Green apparently is going to be out for a few weeks, and his preseason's probably done. Kenyon Green got the shoulder injury in the first preseason game, left the game, actually had a good game, didn't give up a pressure, a sack, nothing. Now he's gone. So you don't have a backup left guard as of right now, and you're starting left guard right now. And the Eagles just made a move 23 seconds ago that they've signed Justin Rogers and released long snapper Christian Johnstone, which how many long snappers does this team fucking have? They already have a long snapper already hurt right now. So we got an interview we have a press conference with Michael Clay at 9:45, 9:35, whatever. And then we'll have practice at 10 o'clock. So wondering if they're going to be moving some guys. They have to get somebody ready and somebody prepared for that left guard spot. Or they're going to move Tyler Steen to left guard and get another right guard prepared. Trevor Keegan has not been as healthy, but has been playing, the third center as of right now. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be really interesting. Let's hi to everybody in the chat. What's going on, Rich? KGK, what's going on, buddy? Rome, so what's up, Joey? Great news will land. Hopefully back full strength of game September. Yeah, look, they're aiming for the first week for him to come back the first. The only good thing is right now he has a few weeks. Now, I don't know if I don't think he's had his surgery yet. Hopefully he has it this week. And then he'll have like a couple more weeks. So I'm hoping he'll be back maybe the first game. If not, maybe week 2, maybe week 3. So I think it will be pretty recent. We'll see how it goes though. Don said, I fear the worst. Thought it was an ACL or something serious. We caught a break for that. We really did, bro. That was really scary. We're talking about the last couple reps of practice at the end, and that happened. And it just totally just excused everything that happened that entire day. Totally excused it. You know what I mean? What's going on, Donnie? Go on, man. So, yo, Joey, what's good? Dickerson will be fine. He's a monster. Will come back stronger than last year. He is. He's a tough SOB. He's a tough SOB, bro. So now the Eagles signed a defensive tackle in Justin Rogers, 23 years old, 24 7th round pick by the Cowboys out of Auburn. Bounced between Cowboys and Bengals last year, and that's it. So nothing much there. Donnie Hunt says, rise and grind. Rise and grind, go Birds. Humble servant told you he'd be fine. I was hoping. What's going on, Tanner? How you doing, buddy? Johnson, how many Rodgers are there across the league? Probably a lot. Humble servant, really too bad we couldn't keep Becton. Yeah, it is what it is. I mean, look, shit's gonna happen, dude. These injuries happen. Now, we should have did this, we should have did that. It's like, bro, I understand, but nobody could, possibly see that there's an injury going to happen with a player. You can't see these injuries happen. And when they happen, you know, you just got to deal with it. Terrence said with Philly releasing Johnson, it might mean that Charles Hula is available to practice. Yeah, I'm guessing, yeah, because I figured they already had one guy injured already. Paul Breaks is so excited for the reason, bro. Came football fan 5 years ago. A lot of people are saying this is our most complete roster ever. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of youth right now, and they have to produce. They just got to produce players, man. They just got to start producing players. They got to get these guys thrown in the fire and start doing their thing. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right, so we got a non-padded. All right, I was about to say, dude, because I was looking. So it's a non-padded practice today because they had joint practice. I was about to say they're going to be in full pads today, and they're going to have full pads the next 2 days for joint practices. So it's a non-padded practice. So this will be more of a light day today. So I don't think there'll be too much to take out of today, but at least there'll be some stuff to talk about. I mean, still got to talk about safety. Still got to talk about cornerback and what's going on there. And, this is the week. This is it. Like, you don't do much this week, then I don't know. Then Vic Fangio's going to make some really tough decisions when it comes to this roster. And, we'll see how it goes, Devontae Smith could play Dickerson's role. Yeah. Yeah, well, we got to find another left guard right now that could go right in there. Real Gaming says I'm conflicted right now this week. I'm a Philly fan, but mess with Shador. Oh, I think Shador's. I mean, we don't face Shador during the regular season. I don't think. We don't face the Browns this year, so. Also, Howie scouting Browns players he wants to snipe. I don't know. I don't know if there's. Yeah, for what? I mean, you're looking for a safety, looking for a cornerback right now. I honestly don't know even what I saw in this open practice that we just had too. I don't know what we saw that day. I didn't see anything eye-opening that day at all. You know what I mean? Jacorian Bennett is finally getting, he worked with third team, worked in the second team, and then finally was getting late first team reps on open practice, which is good, but he didn't have enough reps, Not enough reps. Come on, Blaze. So Tanner says more on Justin Rogers. Natural anchor strength, but not much of refinement or athletic upside. Best of all, rotation, run stuffer, and nose tackle. But you need a lot of work. Interesting. Yeah, we need Bennett to lock down bad. We really do. We need Jacorian Bennett to do good things because I have no faith in I have no faith in Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson. I don't think Adoree Jackson's gonna be on this roster at all. But Kuba's finally starting to get his reps now. He made like a play or two at the open practice, but that was it. So Garen does not put Jordan Davis at cornerback too. Would be the same thing. Michael Clay, yeah, I don't really care what Michael Clay's got to say, to be honest. I mean, realistically, like, he's going to be on there for like 10 minutes talking about special teams, and that's it. So there's not going to be much to really take out of it. Maybe there will be. I know they've been starting to put more guys at kick return as of right now. I mean, Darius Cooper, looks like they put him at kick return, which is interesting. So they're putting him as a gunner on special teams. They're putting him as a kick returner. That kid we got from the Texas, the Atlanta Falcons for the year, the specialist. He's been doing most of the kick returns, and we know Nia Smith has been pretty good at these punt returns. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I know Makuba. This is a big week for Makuba, and I think, like I said, the Eagles have got to treat this Makuba situation like the Cooper DeJean situation. They got to make Makuba the starter week 1. They got to throw him into a game They got to let this guy produce. They have to wait a few weeks. He's not going to be superstar impact the first week. Okay. When you deal with an injury, you lose some days, you lose some time, and then you kind of move down the depth chart again, have to work your way back up. So DeJean missed a lot of the offseason program last year. He made it to the last day of the joint practice with the Patriots, and then made it to the last preseason game. He wasn't a full starter until week 5, week 6. So I think you have to throw Makuba in there. I think Makuba will be the starting safety day one. I think he will. But I think that's what they have to do. What's going on, Nina? Good morning, Joey. We got some fantastic news yesterday with Landon. Yeah, thank God, right? We really needed that because that would have been a big fucking bummer. So Mount Clay talks about Darius Cooper on special teams. Saying he keeps improving. Praise Cooper for an incredible human being who could take it upon himself to learn special teams. And that's fine. And if Darius Cooper is very new to special teams, I'm not sure if he's played it in college. I'm not sure if he's done special teams in college, but it sounds like he's brand new to even playing special teams at this point. And if they want Darius Cooper to play special teams on top of him being a locked number 4 receiver right now, they really want him to make the roster. He's almost a lock at this point. If they're pushing him to play special teams, he's almost a lock at this point. We'll see how it goes, though. Fulbright says, to be honest, people don't really looking for the fact that Ringo has been here, but he just never brings that fire and consistency. Shows nothing, even in backup games, previous years. Oh yeah, well, I don't think he's had a lot of reps in the past. I don't think that's fair to say that he hasn't done anything as a backup. He's barely played consistent or had consistent reps as a backup. But now he's getting his opportunity. It's really not on Ringo. It's on the front office. Don't just blame Keely Ringo. Blame Howie Roseman for letting Slay walk. Blame Howie Roseman for letting Isaiah Rodgers walk for free, for nothing. Didn't get a comp pick for Rodgers. Like, you let him walk for absolutely nothing for a very cheap price, in my opinion, for the year. So I wouldn't put it on Keely Ringo. Put it on the coaching staff. Put it on the front office for that. You know what I mean? So... I heard Jeff McClain say that they still believes that the Ringo or Jackson will be cornerback 2 despite Philly trading for Bennett. We'll see, but it's so clear the stock of Ringo Jackson is... yeah, no. They start Ringo and Jackson, we're fucked. We're completely fucked. And then we're going to have to really rely on this defensive line to do almost everything this season. I don't care if Quignon's shadowing the number 1 guy. I mean, you're always going to deal with 2 really good receivers. And let me tell you something. I don't trust Ringo. I don't trust Adoree Jackson on either George Pickens or fucking CD Lamb week 1. That's where the Cowboys are going to end up not struggling because, I mean, Ringo has no transition with his body. He's got no smooth transition with his body movement. I mean, he can't tackle. He doesn't know how to, at least even on that realistically, that first game, that fucking dump off pass to Jamar Chase. I mean, he gave him so much fucking room by not closing him in on the sideline, or at least trapping him to the sideline would have made a tackle so much easier, at least for someone else to make the tackle if he couldn't do it. You know what I mean? So it looked bad. There was not one good thing taken from that game. But this week you have 2 joint practices and you have a preseason game on Saturday. We'll see. Justin Rogers, the former Bulldog. Oh. Well, I guess that explains it. They like chemistry, I guess. They like the chemistry. But I said, who's going to play left guard with Landon and Kenyon out? Maybe then Trent Keegan for that side. Or you put, or they, I don't know, man. I mean, since Landon is going to come back at some point, I mean, they can always put Tyler Steen on the left side, but then that fucks up your right guard spot. So I'm not sure. What they're going to do. I don't think they have a ton of left guards right now. I don't know what they're going to do. At least to get somebody ready is not a bad thing, but who's it going to be? Carrie said, Joey, I wanted Will Johnson first round. I'm not gonna lie, but I think Campbell's gonna be amazing. Campbell has been ready for the regular season since middle of last week. He's ready to go. That relentless effort he's bringing into practice every single day has been off the charts, and I think Fangio thinks he's ready. I think we think he's ready too. We know he's already ready to go. So I think we're in good hands. I think we're set, honestly. Fulbright says for sure, but that we've seen how he learned. Acknowledge the linebacker position, so hopefully he runs the same mindset with the corner position. I know Vic Fangio has a lot of set. Well, I mean, he has done well with the corner position, but they made one little mistake. Like they put all the pressure on a fucking 4th round pick that has no fucking snaps at outside corner as a consistent fucking starter. It's not like Howie's done a bad job at corner. The problem is that he just like let a couple guys walk, or never even tried to trade for somebody else at a cheaper price as a number 2 just for safe, just to be safe. You know what I mean? Let's see. Place is going to be the best linebacker duo in Eagles history. It might be. It might be. You know? With the Eagles special teams coordinator Michael Clay said he had Braden Mann kick an extra point versus Bengals with Jake Elliott holding because you have to prepare for anything bad that could happen in a game with injuries. And that's not a bad thing either. Your kicker can get hurt at some point and you have some issues right there, Rick said, you're one of my favorite Eagles new outlets too, by the way, bro. Thought I'd give you your flowers. I appreciate so much, man. It means a lot. Support always means a lot. I hope you guys know that. And I appreciate the comment a lot. So Hubble says good old linemen are hard to find this time of year. Yeah, it's too late, man. Because teams are getting prepared for the regular season. It's hard to trade for a good player or somewhat of a quality backup right now. I mean, maybe if look, the Eagles have 13 draft picks. Now, I don't think they're going to go out and get they're going to get somebody ready. We got to trust Jeff Stalin, okay? In the past, when we've had really bad years in the past a while ago, with Jeff Stalin has had like 18 to 20 offensive line changes in 1 year, there are teams out there that lose one guy on the starting offensive line and literally have to move somebody out of position that hasn't played another position or hasn't played more than one position and totally fall apart within the year. How can I gift subs? You mean like member? I think you just there's a gift thing at the bottom, I think. Good morning, football. Just mentioned Darius Cooper. Good to see the kid get some national. I haven't heard him one time on national media. They actually talked about him. Interesting. Has it given his expiring contract veteran status? The Jaguars might be motivated, making this an implausible and potentially attractive exposition of contending teams. Oh, who are we talking about from the Jags? He says put Cooper D at corner and fix back end with Brown and Makuba. I don't think it's that easy, bro. I don't think it's that easy. I think if you move Cooper DeJean to the outside, I think your inside is fucked. Because there's no other there's no other player on this team that can play like Coop. I mean, because Coop can cover the flat, he could disguise coverages, he could do so much shit with that high IQ that he has. See things before they happen. You don't have a player like Cooper DeJean playing on the inside, bro. Like, you have no one that can replace that. Eli Ricks has played better than a lot of the corners, but I think Eli Ricks deserves a shot. At this point, I think he deserves a shot. And Mac McWilliams, I haven't really heard much, to be honest with you. I haven't heard much. That inside is a total liability if DeJean isn't there. The Eagles are not. This year, they got to keep him on the inside. I understand you're going to say, oh, just move Makuba to inside. Yeah, it's not as simple as you say it is. It's not as simple. I think you make your defense weaker by moving Cooper to the outside because your inside is still a liability. And we don't know. I don't think they want to move Makuba inside as a full-time guy in basic or whatever they're doing. Yeah, Justin Simmons still there. Yeah, but I'm not. I want to start Makuba this season. I'm not looking to sign a veteran at all. Like, if Makuba gets hurt again, then I'd probably go in that direction. But as of right now, like, I'm throwing Makuba into the fire this season, just like they did Cooper DeJean, because they both suffered an injury in the offseason and kind of had to play catch up a little bit. And let Makuba produce and go through his growing pains. And by hopefully a few weeks, he'll be ready to go. And that's kind of where I'm at right now, you know? Oh, I already did that. Simmons is a good grab for the right price. Yeah. Yeah, sure. It's just something I don't want to rush to. That's all. You know? I don't want to rush to that. Oh, Brand Sheriff? Yeah, they're not giving up a day 2 pick for him. Yeah, nah. And if he's owed money on his, I don't even know what his contract, if Brand Sheriff's contract, how old is he? He's got to be old as shit. Brand Sheriff's got to be old as shit. I didn't know he was still playing. Yeah, Mac was all right. Mac was all right. CB2 has been in the most important position to get fixed. Yeah. CB2 is the number 1 position for me as well. What's going on, Ocean? What's going on, buddy? Oh, he's available? Okay. Well, that's better. All right. You don't got to trade for him. That's not bad. 33 years old. Yeah, I figured he was like in this. I was going to say like 32. But like I said, the Eagles, unfortunately, at the offensive line, like they don't have any natural guards. They don't, but Tyler Steen is a natural guard right now. And he's played both sides. And I think he's better on the right side than he is the left side. But Tyler Steen is a starting right guard. You're not moving him. I don't think you're moving him. I don't know if he could play that other spot really well. I'm not really sure if he could even do that at that point. You know what I mean? You know, we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. But I mean, it's great news for the Landon Dickerson and stuff. So a mild meniscus tear, which is great. So it wasn't as bad, thank God. Because I can't imagine not having Landon Dickerson for the entire year, because that would really suck. And trust me, this medical staff will keep him out as long as possible until he's 100% ready to go. You know, ready to go. But Jeff Stalin will go down as the best O-line coach of all time. Really turns guys to the dogs. He really does. But he's smart though. He recognizes talent when he sees it. And look, if you're not a starter for this offensive line in Jeff Stoutland's room, you have to know 2 positions, and you have to try to play both of them well. That's where you're going to have value to that room, and you know, that's the most important thing. Okay, Jesse, let's see if we can sign Chauncey during the playoffs this year to secure another Super Bowl win. We already know what we will outlast the Texans in the playoffs. CJ Zal season brought great stuff to Philly, but his locker room depart is the bad part. We need guys to bring guys together. Well, Chauncey's not out for the year. He's gonna miss a good amount of time, but he's not out for the year though. They just signed Jalen Mills actually, for him. So let's see. So Gabe Hall misses another fucking day today. Here's another problem. Like Ty Robinson, waiting. I need him to produce a little bit more. I thought the first game he actually didn't do bad. He had a sack. He almost had 2 sacks. He had a few more pressures. He was in the entire game. His motor seemed really good. Ty Robinson needs to grab that number 4 DT spot. I mean, I think they're going to keep 5 DTs this year because I think they need it. But Gabe Hall, that sucks. Got hurt the first. I think he got hurt. He got hurt in the open practice. Okay. Got hurt in the open practice, and Byron Young's hurt as well. So that's 2 DTs that are already fucking hurt, and Ty Robinson's really the remaining one, that thing's going to produce. Hopefully does. We'll see, but that's a big one. Yeah, that sucks. I like Gabe Hall. I mean, I think they keep Gabe Hall realistically out of desperation, but he's had a good camp, though. Almost there's a few people are talking about the lack of production from the edge position. Yeah, I'm not really, I think it's gonna shore up. That first preseason game, there's a lot of factors that go into these edge rushers that are supposed to produce a lot. You don't have Jalen Carter on the field. You don't have Jordan Davis on the field. You don't have a good defense, but they have a lot of backups behind, depending on who it is. The corners didn't play well in that first game. Everything was given up so fucking early. You know what I mean? So I'm not taking so much out of that first game for some of these edge rushers like Uche and Ojulari and things like that. Antoine Powell, Ryland Jr., some of these other guys, that Ogbod guy, that 30-year-old edge rusher we signed from the Browns right before training camp. I'm not taking too much out of it from a first game. I think somebody's going to rise this week. I think someone is definitely going to rise this week. So let's give it some time. Let's give it some time. There's only so much you could see from a first preseason game. You know what I mean? So we'll see how it goes. So there's got Brett Toth. Brett Toth is at left guard right now in warmups. And interesting. Brett Toth sucks. He fucking sucks. He can't play center. He can't snap the fucking ball. And he has been blown up at left guard all fucking camp. Blown up at camp. I don't know. Guy sucks. Just saying. I give him a chance, and look, I give the kid a lot. I give Brett Toth a lot of credit because he gets his ass kicked, but he gets right back in there. You know what I mean? So I don't want to talk shit about him, but he's not really that good. We all know that. I'm not saying worry about him keeping an eye on the Uche and Ojulari. Oh no, 100%. 100%. Uche has been taking these first team reps over Jalix Hunt the last few days. You know what I mean? Aaron Moorhead chatting before practice with rookie Darius Cooper. Elaine, what's going on? Says Landon is a tough guy. He will be there one way or another. You will see. Oh no, I'll be there. I mean, look, it wouldn't shock me if he's back by the first game. And if he's not, second week, fine with that. I think Bennett could take cornerback 2 by week 1. I hope so. He needs more reps with the first team. He had late first team reps at the open camp. He had third team to second team, and then he had a few snaps with the late first team. So they're getting him in there. You know what I mean? Slowly but surely they're getting him in there, and that's all that matters. It looks like Brett Toth is filling in from what it looks like in the lineups for some of the individual drills. Not something everybody wants to hear, but kind of where we're at right now. Torville says wide receiver 4 and 5 off to play special teams, so that is why I think they are starting to give Cooper some special teams training. If he could play special teams, it would help cement his spot on the roster. Oh yeah, of course. Well, if they want Darius Cooper, okay, to play special teams, that means they want him on this roster. That means they don't want him to sit. They don't want him sitting on the bench all year. They want him to be doing something. I'm telling you right now, might be one of the best signings. Might be probably one of the best wide receiver 3s going to next year. Okay, he might be a really good player. You know what I mean? So you have to give it a chance. But if they're forcing him to play special teams, which he has never played special teams in his career, okay, that's a good sign they want to keep him on the roster. Kind of where we're at. Private Cooks, Joey, what happened to Tristan McCollum? Remember Vic said he was in the combo for the starting job last month? I mean, I have to go back and see if he said that. I don't even know if he said that, bro. In convo for the starting job? No, I don't think so. I don't think I heard that come out of his mouth, but unless I missed it, I think he's just being nice. I don't think Tristan McCollum is a starter at all. So you're talking about back end coverage. That man is the last one I would think when it comes to back end coverage. What's going on, Jimbo? What's going on, buddy? I don't understand why I trust Brett Toss so much. I never saw him do a single thing well. Yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's just a guy. He's probably played more guard than anybody on this fucking roster besides the starters. Realistically, he's played center and guard the last few years with us, last couple of years. You know, trying to get better, but I don't think it's the answer, though. Rock said it was kind of corny seeing Cowboys kind of careers post videos to felt fast of Land's injury, but Ghost once the MRI results came back. Yeah. That's kind of disgusting behavior, bro. I hate guys like that. You know? All right, let's go. Undrafted free agent Darius Cooper and wide receiver Aaron Moorhead getting some work with him before practice. Good. Good. Yeah, I saw Slay had an injury, ankle injury the other day. This is gonna be Slay's last year. If the Steelers go nowhere, I mean, depending on what this cornerback 2 spot looks like, and if we're having issues, like I'd fucking trade. I'd trade him. I'd trade for him if he's healthy. You know, by week 8, week 9. Yeah, I saw the Cowboys kind of crazy do that. Football is supposed to be cut the line, injuries, and hope for the best. That's just ain't very sportsmanly. Yeah. That's scumbag shit, bro. Joey, I love what I'm excited to hear about Jihad. I'm excited to see what Jihad has been a fucking bully menace. Jihad Campbell is everything that we expect him to be, and I think he's Remember, it was like the reports are coming out. Don't let Jihad Campbell get to the Philadelphia Eagles. Did that happen? Howie Roseman tried to trade up from the 23rd, 24th pick with like 6-7 teams. They wouldn't trade with him, and they still got their guy. Slay should retire an Eagle for sure. Right now, even signing him or just retiring. Who made him? Brett says Mark Holmes made 3 videos of Land waiting to hear the worst. He's a part of every tackle almost he's wrecking out. Yeah, I mean, even the first game, like anything in his vicinity. You see him in the fucking he threw Cam Jurgens on his ass the other day. Did you see Cam Jurgens get laid out by Jihad Camp? I can't even imagine having to deal with that as an offense every offense has to face the Eagles. That's what they have to deal with every single week. I mean, every week that's what they got to deal with. That's fucking nuts, dude. That is nuts. That's funny. The Byron Young is Byron Young is back. Hey. That's good. All right, so Gabe Hall out, Byron Young back. Byron Young's missed how many practices? What, 3 practices? Something like that, I think. 3? Almost extremely happy with our first round selection this past draft. He is a beast. He really is. Chris, I really think he'll be at the spot and play big time. Roberts, I'm gonna order Jihad jerseys when the season starts because I don't want another DeJean and Quignon last minute jersey change like last year. I think the last jersey I ended up getting was I think the last jersey I bought was a Kelly Green jersey. I think the Devontae Smith jersey I got. I think that was the last time I bought a jersey. I have my own customized jersey that I used to wear that was back in the day when we never knew whose jersey to get back in the day. Remember, we're always like, don't buy any jerseys because we don't trust this coaching staff with the roster. And I literally got my own jersey with my last name on it. I didn't give a shit after that. It was when they were talking about Sidney Brown and Makuba being a starter instead of McCollum's in that convo. I think when he adds people to the convo like that, I think he's just not trying to single somebody out. I think sometimes he says things just to be nice. I don't think he really means it. Nick Sirianni, Dell State coach Deshaun Jackson, Dom DeSandro, both Jackson, Norfolk State coach Michael Vick are here today. Oh, awesome. Yeah, don't they have a game at the link? The first game, I think they're facing off against each other. That's cool. That's cool. I have AJ's jersey with the Super Bowl patch. Oh, nice shit, dude. No injury report yet. We're waiting. Well, we should have it soon. We know that Byron Young is back. Gabe Hall is out right now since he got hurt in the open practice the other day. It should be there. I've had issues with it. Try desktop, try phone. It just depends. Sometimes I've been having issues. I've been trying to contact YouTube about it. So I've had issues with the gifting subs thing because I don't see it at all. I know. We're going to be, once this second game is done with this week, we're going to be wanting football literally in 2 days. So when I get jerseys, I try to get players who will either Hall of Famers or long-time Eagles players. I did break the rule last year, though, when I bought a Q jersey. I could tell the kid is legit. I think he's very legit. He's been a beast. When Q got here, man, I already knew. From the Senior Bowl tape, even watching the Senior Bowl, I was like, damn. Most physical corner that's out there. Most handsy corner. A tall corner, but long as well. Pause. AJ Brown doing some work to the side before practice began. Sunday night was his first practice back. He's been battling a hamstring injury throughout. He's fine. AJ Brown's going to be fine. I'm not worried about that. Who's Gabriella? Who's this one now? Oh, yeah, it's the other chick. Yeah. All right, so Elijah Cooks still not practicing. Who's staying in injury? Well, that's been what it is. Elijah Cooks was really the one that was making more noise than Darius Cooper, to be honest. And then Cooper got in that first game, and boom, that was it. That was it, bro. All right. By the way, just sent 5 gifted to people, by the way. Bo Brave, Pride McClunky, JJ Rock, Tucky, and Kenny Mo. Congrats. Working Girl, what's going on? I think this is a new thing now where content creators can send out 10 gifted memberships per month. So there you go. There you go. You're good, man. You're good. Yo, King, what's going on, buddy? I heard today is probably a light practice. Yeah. Light practice today, no pads, just helmets, I think. Then they're practicing Wednesday, Thursday. So we'll see how it goes. But we got 254 in the chat. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the stream. I appreciate it so much. Grab a membership, grab whatever. We got a lot of stuff going on the next few weeks. I have some things getting added to the channel in a couple of weeks before the season starts. I'm doing things last minute as usual because between my 9-to-5 job and everything else, it's been kind of fucking nuts, Fire Sense, what's up? What's going on, buddy? Very Girl says I'm new here, trying to find new shows. Yeah, I'm active every single day, every day. Bucket Hat Vic. Yo, Blaze, appreciate it, my friend, with the super chat. Says can't find it. Here's something at least. I appreciate it, man. You don't got to do that. You don't got to do that. But I appreciate it so much. It means a lot. It really does. It means the world. The world. Yeah, Browns joint practice tomorrow. Yes. Wednesday, Thursday, open practice. Now, I have to let you guys know. So tomorrow, I have to go. So I'm going to stream the practice tomorrow. I'm going to have to make like a very short, sweet, and simple video of joint practice. I'll also add video and all that stuff. So it might not be the most like detailed video tomorrow for the first day of camp, the first day of joint practice. I got to go somewhere in the afternoon from like 5 to 9, unfortunately. So, yeah, it's just going to be one of those days. So I'm just going to cut short, sweet, simple to like the most important things come out of the joint practice tomorrow. Nah, you trade McKee after this year. You trade McKee after this year and guarantee you the Eagles will have a fucking big draft pick added to that bunch of draft picks that they have. It'll happen after this year, I'm telling you. Ryan say Ringo is worse than the damn Stingray that got Steve Irwin. Oh my god. Get that bum out of here. Damn, bro. Damn. Worse than the Stingray. AJ's fine. He's doing some like individual work, but he's not doing anything crazy today. So I'm not worried about AJ Brown. Dude, what up, Joey? I've been watching you for like 2 or 3 years and I've never gotten anything. Can you hook me up? No, I don't pick anybody. I don't pick anybody. YouTube, if I send out gifted memberships, it just picks 5 random people. I don't pick anybody. I wish I could, but I can't, unfortunately. Project Joey with the was the D line we're eating that other day in open practice. I'm not worried about their secondary, especially since. Wait, with the. I don't know. You got send me that again because I have no idea what you're saying. What are you saying on that? O-line's one of the best, yeah. Rocky said, I'm interested to see Kenyon Green at the left guard spot until Dickerson gets back. He was first round. Nah, Kenyon Green's out. He's going to be out for probably a couple weeks. Yeah. He's going to be out. This was the news we got. This was the news we ended up getting. Says Landon Dickerson isn't the only Eagles guard who is now considered week to week. Kenyon Green, whom the Eagles acquired in an offseason trade, also is what one source described as week to week with a shoulder injury that is likely to end his preseason. So, trust me, if they still had Kenyon Green, I would feel a little bit better. But I don't feel good at all because there's really nobody else. They're going to throw somebody else into that spot, but they're down 2 fucking left guards right now. Unfortunately. 2. We got Toby Cross has got you all good. Don't change. I'm diehard Eagles for 35 years, so I watched all the Eagles content, anything and everything that's out there. But you and 5 are my favorite plus. I appreciate it so much, man. We appreciate it very much. And by the way, the fucking Philly Shakedown podcast merch that's coming out for the 25 season, it's insane. That's all I gotta say. It's gonna be fucking crazy. The stuff that has been created. You guys hope we're gonna like it. So. Basically, Joey, the Eagles should trade by next season McKee to the Saints so they have a top 10 draft pick. Yeah, potentially. I haven't been impressed with Kenyon Green. His tape from Houston was so bad, and he hasn't shown much in camp so far. If we let Darius Cooper go, we're making a mistake. That kid is going to be good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that you can't stash him on practice squad. He's going to be taken in 2 seconds. He'll get picked off the practice squad so damn fast. And out of spite, another team will just get him if we put him on waivers. Yeah, Kendall, I don't know if I think they want Kendall purely as a backup guard, right? Center right now. Kendall, I think they want as a backup center, and Keegan's been on and off, bro. The guy can't stay healthy. When he's back, he's quiet. He's back and he's quiet, you know? Yeah, it looks like Brett Toth is up at left guard for offensive line drills. Well, no, Tanner, he's played left guard already this season. He's played left guard at camp a ton of fucking times. He's been beaten. This ain't the first time he's played left guard. He's played center and he's like the fourth string center, I think. Keegan is the third string center. Then it's Kendall. Then it's Juergens as a starter at center. No, it's pretty fucking bad, honestly. But I'm not saying that's much of an upgrade, but I guess we'll friggin' see then. Offensive line's gonna have a ton of fucking. It's gonna have a ton of news today. Because if Keegan needs to step up, we could move Juergens to left guard and start Kendall at center until no. Juergens has not played left guard. You're not moving Juergens. If you think you're moving a starter in Juergens, it's never happening. And I said, Joey, can you see our messages when you're doing a live with 500? Because I was typing stuff and didn't know if you. No, I do see the messages. It's just that Philly's talking. I kind of butt in on things, and that's pretty much how the streams have been going. So I see everything that's going on. It's not like I don't see anything. Dave said we have two IR spots. We could put him to keep him. That's true. Pryor, I think has played both guard spots in the past, but as of this camp, I think he's played right tackle. Kobe said, I thought Pryor was pretty good. I thought he was pretty much the number one fill-in. What's up with that? Pryor's been mostly a right tackle in this camp. You know? All right, we got some scooping scoring drills going on. Darren Kennard also took some work at left guard. They're going to be throwing random people in there. They're just going to be throwing random people in there at this point. So, randomish people at the left guard spot. That's what we're kind of getting into right now. You listen to John Mosher. What do you think of some of the Eagles? He says, honestly, I haven't watched him. I really don't have time to watch anybody. Like I do the stuff I got to do, and I really don't have time to sit and watch other podcasts. Sometimes I don't really have the time during the day to do that. Not out of disrespect, I just don't have time. Sometimes, you know. Jordan Mailata and Brett Toth take reps together to begin practice with Kenyon Green watching on. Interesting. Let me move this folder down. Oh, good. Chris H. Smith will get cut. Who? He has to put James Bradbury at left guard. He needs a job. Bradley Slush says the Dallas game is up in the air now with all these O-line injuries. It's not up in the air. I think the Eagles are way better regardless. I mean, you're just talking about one position. I mean, I don't think it's going to create a weakness. I think we got to put some trust in Jeff Stalin with this offensive line. I don't think it's up in the. You think it's up in the air just from that, just because of one fucking injury like that? No. Against the Cowboys? No. Definitely not. The Cowboys have enough of their own fucking problems. They have, even watching that first preseason game from them, they have zero fucking depth. They have nobody that takes off the pressure at running back. Their offensive line is a complete mess, and I don't think they have a good offensive line at all. Plus, Tyler Guyton's fucking out for a few weeks. He won't even be playing. You know? I think the defense will have a day against the Cowboys and put the offense in really good position for that game. That's just me. You know? All right, here we go. Injury report is out. All right, so will not practice. Elijah Cooks with the shoulder. Landon Dickerson knee. Kenyon Green shoulder. Gabe Hall shoulder. Limited. Zach Bond with the back. AJ with the hamstring. Those two have been the same. They're fine. Montrell Johnson out another day with a hamstring. Byron Young with a groin. So Byron Young is officially back today, which is good. And this is, I think, the third day. Makuba is a full go, not on the practice report. So that's a good thing. It was exactly Joey Stalin always takes injuries to account with the backups. Yeah, 100%, dude. Like, I have all my trust in Stout to get this right. You know, he'll find the guy. He will find the guy. Okay, that is your injury report for the day. So you're good right there. Injury report is out, Joey. Yep, I got it. I think Cowboys will be drafting the top 5 next year because I don't see them winning more than 5 games with their lines. Probably not. Go to the backup left tackle for Dallas is probably better than Guyton. All right, so everybody's putting out the report. A.J. Brown, some of the Eagles on ball security drills. Nice. Makuba getting first team reps. I'm hoping he does. He'll probably have second team the first team. We'll see what happens. Philly first says if either Ringo or Jackson are stars, they will definitely need help over the top the whole game. Yeah. And I don't trust Sidney Brown on giving that help either. He looked pretty bad. Even that pass to Devontae Smith between Cooper DeJean and Sidney Brown. Great ball placement by Hurts, but man, like Sidney needs to see things a lot fucking clearer. That's the biggest problem with him. And Fangio was right. Like, he is so fucking late. His reaction's way too late. You know, but we'll see, though. Big Fangio is still in a sweatsuit. Still in a sweatsuit. Cowboys secondary is questionable. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, potentially. I mean, against our wide receivers, I don't think they got a chance, honestly. I'm excited for these running backs this year, though. I mean, A.J. Dillon looked really good. Will Shipley looks really good. Want to see these guys in the passing game. And unfortunately, like, not even unfortunately, but I really like the other 2 backs. Got Keelan Robinson. Shunderick Powell, I really like a lot. I would try to find Shunderick Powell on special teams in some way, if they can. You know? That's, I think your depth isn't as good as years past. You better hope everything goes perfectly again this season. I think this would be fine. I'm not worried at all. Coach, I just like always, it'll be close, just like the first quarter, and then we're just going to pull away. Yeah, because you're going to have to knock rust off, unfortunately. You're not playing any of these stars in preseason, so. Brad says, it's not just the O-line. I also have concerns with cornerback 2, safety at the edge. Yeah, I mean, we're just talking offensively. Like, I'm not worried about the offense too much. Tim Rice, what's going on? Says, hey, Joey, just got here. I know they're saying meniscus, but did they say how bad it is? No, it's a minor. It's a mild tear. It's nothing. So he'll be back. He's aiming to come back the first game, or at least the first couple of weeks. They're aiming for him to be back in the regular season, the start of the regular season. So it's a mild tear. It's a very mild tear. It's not a big tear at all, which is good because if they had to rebuild his meniscus again or something, he would have been out 4+ months. I know J.J. McCarthy had that injury last year. He had a meniscus injury. So let's see. Keep an eye out for Darren Kennard. Lane Johnson spoke highly of his progress last year in training camp. Before Landon Dickerson's injury, just out and was alternating Kennard between right guard and right tackle with Matt Pryor. Yeah, I know Kennard hasn't played left guard yet, and Matt Pryor's been a right tackle at this point. So now they're moving Kennard, Toth, moving a couple guys to left guard. Yeah, I mean, look, if Lane Johnson spoke really good things about, if he spoke really good things about Darren Kennard, the great Darren Kennard's got fucking size. Can he stay consistent? I'm not sure. Wow, Jay, what day of the week does joint practice start? Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday and Thursday joint practice. Friday walkthrough. No Well, we won't be able to see anything that day. And then Saturday the game is the game against the Browns at 1 p.m. Eastern. I don't know, but I would try. He's got really good explosiveness. He's got good bend around on the flat going around guys. I think athletically he could be a returner. I don't see why not. I would give it a shot, honestly. I would try to give it a shot. Dak's about to carve up that defense with 2 number 1 receivers and a better offensive line. I don't think the offensive line is better. What makes it better? You have at least 3 guys that are questionable on that line right now that aren't good. And you have no running back. What running back do you have? Nobody. Miles Sanders, Jadon Blue. I mean, there's nobody. And Dak's coming off an injury from last year. You can have 2 number 1 receivers realistically, but you got no protection. You got no running back. Take the pressure off Dak. Like, having 2 receivers ain't going to do nothing for you. If Dak is going to get pressure early, those routes aren't going to develop in time. So I think anybody with a clear mind would know that, but I'm concerned about safety at edge. Bennett will play cornerback too. He's our new Zach Bond. I hope so. That would be nice. It would be nice start off the season fast for once. Yeah, I mean, look, like starting off the season fast on all cylinders is nice. And the big question is, when teams start off really quick, keeping that fire for weeks on end is really tough to do. It's tough to do that every single week and make sure that fire doesn't go out later in the season. If there's a build-up point for the Eagles, and as long as they're winning, I don't care, but I think it'll look better from week to week, and that's what we're expecting. Jeff Stalin is always intense when coaching, but seems to have a little extra juice today. Yeah, probably because he's going to push these fucking guys. He's going to push these guys to the limit. We got 226 in the chat. We got Eagles practice 13th day. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for more Eagles news every single day and hit the like button like crazy right now if you guys haven't. I appreciate it so much. Thank you so much. Philly first says Simmons and Samuel's too expensive just to improve the secondary. I believe that's our biggest weakness. Yeah, but I mean, I think you got to hold off on it, dude. You got to let this week go by. You got to let the week go by and see what happens. Let's see. Toby said, hey, God. That's whatever. He got his little 2 seconds of attention. It's all good. Could make the argument that Dallas secondary doesn't look good. Plus, run D is a big problem. It's been a problem, yeah. Okay, said Miles Sanders is now the ex-girlfriend that is with the loser. Pretty much, yeah. Chris says 22-23. We started off 18-1 combined. It's kind of fucking nuts. Cody Freed says, when your team sucks, you search Philadelphia Eagles, go to a live stream, and just stupid things you really don't believe. That's what they do. Fox Rodell says, Joey, you the GOAT. Appreciate you keeping me updated. No problem, Fox. I appreciate you tuning in. Means the whole world to me. Trust me. Yeah, DT, they're not looking great either. They're not going to be able to cover too much to cover. Obviously, I hope Ringo and Adoree look better in these joint practices. I hope so too. Because I'm telling you right now, if it looks fucking bad, we're going to fucking see it with our own two eyes. Not a report, not what we hear. We're going to see that shit like there's no tomorrow. So, whoever people that are there at this open practice, I'm telling you, they better, yeah, they better do some things. Tanner McKee was PFF's highest grade quarterback in week 1 of preseason. That doesn't shock me. And you know what? Nobody talks about it. No, none of these NFL sports outlets talk about Tanner McKee at all. At all, period. Nobody says a fucking word. No one says a word. That's an unpopular opinion. I still like Miles Sanders. I've always liked Miles. It's just when he left. That's what I'm saying. Like, my whole thing could change if a player leaves the team that they've been with since they were drafted here. They leave in a most cold state, and then comments about, I should have had more carries in the Super Bowl. They should have gave me more of an opportunity in the Super Bowl after he had a drop and a fucking fumble in the 22 Super Bowl. Fucking ridiculous, bro. You know? But, is what it is. Is what it is, bro. But yeah, I mean they're not in full pads today, so take everything with a grain of salt today. Oh, so there's an unofficial depth chart for preseason already. I gotta look at that when I get a chance. Besides Judy, I thought they got new wide receivers, the Browns. I don't know if they did. Well, that's because McKee is on a loaded roster. No, I mean, I think because he's actually gotten better at quarterback from last year. Honestly, if you think McKee's not better than last year, I don't have to tell you, but a loaded roster doesn't make the fucking quarterback. Does it help him make plays, put the ball in the right spot? Sure, but we had Kenny Pickett go into a game when Hurts was out. When Hurts got the concussion against Washington, he came into a game. Did they win that fucking game? No, they didn't. Didn't win that game. So, not any quarterback could roll into the offense like that and be successful. Hummel says it's okay. I'll take all the hate and doubt from the national media as long as we keep winning Super Bowls. That's all that matters. Take that as motivation, my friend. Wild says I can see how he's visioned it. McKee trade in the offseason to the Saints for well, yeah. I mean, look, if it's the offseason, there's a team that's desperate for a quarterback that doesn't want to draft one and give up a lot of picks. I mean, shit. Give me a first, give me a fucking mid-rounder. You know what I mean? Dory Jackson running with the ones for second straight practice. Makuba is with the first team today. There you go. Brett Tossady, the first team left guard, the Eagles' first 11-on-11 series following Landon Dickerson's injury. All right. All right, first time for Andrew Makuba to start with the ones. This is where he's going to fire on all cylinders this week. There you go. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. Yeah, example would be the Saints game in 22 at Minshew. Yeah. And a lot of people wanted fucking Hurts benched after McKee came in for, I forgot what he came in. What game was that Minshew came in for? What was it, the Jets game? I forgot what game it was he came in for Hurts and then like balled out. Or no, he started an entire game, didn't he? I forgot. I think he did both. Cake says, but Kuba's starting with the ones. Yeah, that's really good. He's starting today, which is awesome. I heard the realest thing the other day. Jalen Hurts is surrounded by talent until people individually rate them. I said, what about Bennett? Nothing on Bennett yet until we find something here. So let's see. Makuba getting some reps at dime. Sidney Brown also with first at safety. Ringo at cornerback. Okay. Eagles got to look at Cooper DeJean, Drew Makuba, both playing safety and base. The first team unit, Reed Blankenship and Sidney Brown back in the nickel package. DeJean at nickel. Okay. Still moving Cooper DeJean around as usual. Still doing that. It looks like Jordan Love is dealing with something. Cameron Hayward certainly to miss games with the Steelers. Glad we don't have those problems. Yeah, he just got a contract and now he wants more money. He literally got an extension. Well, I don't know if it was like a 1 year or something like that. And he wants more money. I don't know why. I have no idea. Do I like the media saying Washington is going to win the East? The elderly home of the Washington Commanders. They just signed another. They signed Duke Riley, a 31 that used to be with the Eagles. They just signed Duke Riley at 31, 32 years old the other day. Wes Watkins got cut. Damn. Yeah, bro. You can't count on Quez Watkins to make the catches, dude. He was just a guy you could not count on. Was never ready, couldn't count on him. He had his moments. He's had health problems as well. Ringo and Mac McWilliams also getting reps with the first at cornerback. All right, so Darren Kennard is in second team left guard in team drills. That's good. Yeah, I think today is gonna be a practice, but it's gonna be it's not a light practice, but they're not gonna be as crazy today. I don't think they have a bad roster. I mean, I just don't think I just think everybody's a rental for this year. They brought back a lot of familiar faces from last year. Like, you don't want to pay Terry McLaurin, but you pay all these other 1-year deal type veteran players, these big loaded double-digit contracts. It's kind of nuts, man. Oh, the Quez fumble in 22. Yeah, I remember that shit. When he caught the ball, he got up and didn't even protect the ball at all, and somebody popped it right out. Yeah, that shit sucked. All right, here we go. Darius Cooper did well to get an open against Keely Ringo for a Tanner McKee completion. Cooper dropped the routine catch on the next play. Okay. So Ringo getting beat as usual. It's every day, dude. It's every day. It's every day. It's like I think literally there's probably been like 2 good plays from Ringo this whole fucking week. This whole week. If it's not starter, it's what it is. I mean, look, when he was facing AJ Brown, everybody was like, "Well, not a lot of players could beat AJ Brown. Not a lot of players can cover AJ Brown." I'm like, dude, like, no one's gonna be saying that shit regular season. If George Pickens fucking beats Keely Ringo, we're all gonna be like, "Well, not a lot of people could cover George Pickens." You know what I mean? Crazy shit. See, we got Laken Vakalahi is the 13 left guard. Okay. Laken Vakalaki, the international signing. It's just every time I see him getting beat every day, it's the most annoying thing to read. You know, because there's just so many negatives over anything positive at this point. Oh, so someone has to shine cornerback too. At this point, I'm rooting for all of them, but someone has to pull ahead. PHY said Ringo might not even be qualified for a UFL. He might not, dude. I mean, it's not even, we're not even, dude, I don't even think you're trying to be funny, but you might be right. You might be right. And look, at the end of the day, like, I don't think Ringo deserves the hate that he's getting because he's only doing what he could do. It's not on Ringo. It's on this front office. It's on Howie Roseman for literally taking the biggest shortcut, not doing a fucking thing for this secondary, especially that cornerback 2 spot. He did nothing. He didn't try to trade for a backup from another team that could potentially play number 2 in competition. He did nothing. Didn't retain. Isaiah Rodgers wasn't even retained at that point. I thought they were supposed to get a comp pick for him, and then finding out they didn't get a comp pick, so he walked for nothing. You know? Yeah, I mean, Ringo might make the team because of special teams, but that's it. You know? You have 2 special teamers trying to win jobs at 2 different positions, and Ringo and Sidney Brown. So, you know, fuck. Let's see. Eli Rick's a nice pass breakup with the 3rd-team defense. Yeah, I mean, Ringo's playing against. I don't know what if they're facing the number 1 offense or what's going on. I mean, fucking Rick's has been pretty good. He's been pretty decent. He's been actually making plays. In that first preseason game, he faced better talent beginning of the game and then lesser talent later in the game, but still, like, he's making plays at least. But especially Eli Ricks, when he plays in press man, he's better. He plays in zone, he's horrible. Press man, he's like, boom. Not bad. You know, but I think Eli Ricks deserves a fucking shot, to be honest with you. PHY said, I love the inside conversation between Vic and Howie over the corner 2 position. That'd be cool. Howie gonna bring back Watkins to make you mad? Yeah. Make you mad? No, that won't happen. We're set at receiver. Receiver's the last position I'm even worried about at all. Period. Jalen Hurts should rifle the throw against his body while rolling right to connect with Dallas Goedert to beat Quinyon Mitchell. Nice completion. Yeah, I mean, he's been the Dallas Goedert Jalen Hurts connection has been excellent. I mean, Dallas Goedert just needs to stay healthy and not miss 4 to 6 games for one fucking year. It'd be nice. So it looks like Packers Jordan Love tore a ligament in his left thumb, had a procedure to repair it. Brian Gunhurst, the GM, announced he called it a little procedure. He shouldn't miss any regular season time. Okay. Roxy, I wish we could have drafted Will Johnson once we started to slide in the draft. How he's trying so hard to justify why he drafted Ringo. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're justifying a player that hasn't had any snaps on the outside, and that's a problem. You know what I mean? So they took a shot, and obviously it's not working. I honestly don't know how this cornerback 2 situation is going to pan out because I don't like anybody on it. Besides Ricks, I don't like Ricks I'm not saying Ricks is going to be no superstar or anything like that, but realistically, like, I just don't have I have nothing for the rest of this group. Jacorian Bennett is like our last hope right now. That's it. So Jacorian Bennett, like, that's it. That's our. I don't want to start having fucking corner issues. And unfortunately, Quinyon is going to be traveling around he's going to be traveling on both sides of the field to the number 1 receiver and shadowing the number 1 guy. And DeJean is just too valuable to put him on the outside. You know what I mean? So it's not like you didn't draft 2 corners last year, but you drafted 2 guys, and both of them are way so at least one of them are too valuable to at least move or to move to that second cornerback spot. So Bennett needs time. This is only like barely his even third day being around the team. Let's see. Jalen Hurts off to a red hot start in practice. Multiple connects to Devontae Smith, who was dominating. The defense also hit Jahan Dotson tight window along left sideline. Yeah, Jahan Dotson's gonna have a big fucking year. The contract year, and he was playing catch up all year last year when he got traded last second before the regular season started. So I think there's gonna be a lot more trust between Jalen Hurts and Dotson going forward. Way more trust. Help me, Ja'Cory Bennett. You're my only hope. Yeah, we'll see. He got hyped up last year. See. I don't know. It's gonna be. I don't know. There's gonna be two joint practices this week. They're really gonna tell us a lot. Regardless if it's a game or not, they're still very valuable reps, especially between wide receiver to fucking cornerback. So, you know what I mean? Even if Bennett locks down, cornerback depth is still thin. Yeah, I mean, look, you're not gonna have the best depth anywhere that you have, any starters, but it is what it is. Like they're gonna have to keep Ringo probably. I mean, Dory Jackson, I don't see him make it. I mean, I don't see him making it. He's a waste of a roster spot because he's not going to contribute at all. That man is playing fucking 10 yards. I don't know why they line him up like that or he lines himself up like that, but a Dory Jackson lining up 8 to 10 yards off the ball, man. Even if you have to respect somebody's speed, it should be like 5 yards. But 8 to 10 yards backing up, I mean, lined up that far away from a number one guy or whatever. I mean, it's fucking scary, dude. So Dory Jackson first up, first team defense on Tuesday. That makes 8 days. Jackson has been up first and 5 days for Ringo. So Mac McWilliams is getting first team reps today. Jahan Dotson just hauled in a contested catch against him along the right sideline. When you draft the corner in the 5th round, bro, this is what you're gonna get too. I don't think Mac was hurt with a quad injury for a little bit and then came back, and he's been not great either. Corner's a fucking issue right now. Way issue. Safety is the least of my worries because I think Makuba's going to start first day and go through his growing pains just like DeJean did when he missed time in the offseason last year. This fucking corner spot, man, is like every fucking dude is getting beat. Everybody. Fucking crazy. It's I can't believe we have a corner issue, bro. Slay leaves and boom, it's like you did nothing. You did absolutely nothing. You traded Chauncey. You made that literally a big need over fucking cornerback. You know, they created things that didn't need to. They made moves that didn't need to be made. It's like obviously I like Bennett. Ricks is a solid rotational, and that's fine. I'm not saying that Eli Ricks is starting in this defense, but fuck, at least like he gives you some. At least he's producing in some case in this camp. In some case, you know. The Brett Toth has been the starting left guard while Kennard is working with the twos. This will be an important position to monitor as length of Dickerson's absence is unknown at this time. Oh boy. Oh boy. Quinion Bennett starters in depth the same as last year. Minus Zay, we are overreacting. Yeah, we might. Corey Bennett is like it's barely his third day being with the team, so I have to give this thing time. You know what I mean? We might be good. We might be good. Bennett had some good matchups last year. If it's totally bad, they're being beat by because we do have great wideouts. Maybe they're not as bad as we think, or maybe I'm just being optimistic. I mean, Darius Cooper beat Keely Ringo today. So I mean, you can't beat your two number ones. You can't cover your two number ones, and you could barely cover. And I don't even know if he's even going up against Jahan Dotson at all. But he's not even covering a number 4 at this point. You know? Gray's just releasing Rodgers is going to fight us in the ass all year. I could already tell. Yeah. I mean, I already knew when we made that, when guys were walking and then like they did nothing at that position, I was like, man, they must really want Ringo to start. And I'm hoping it happens, but he hasn't played much. But what happens, bro? What was the point of having signed Rodgers while he was suspended if we weren't gonna keep him? We still need cornerback. Well, I mean, you don't sign guys to 1-year deals because you're gonna keep them for multiple years. You sign guys because you sign guys potentially for a 1 year at a cheap price because they're gonna give you something for that 1 year, and it's a bargain for Howie Roseman for like a chip piece for the year. But doesn't mean they're gonna extend players like that. The Eagles have done this shit all the time, you know. Oh yeah, it's 100% on Howie Roseman. Like I'm not gonna be mad at Ringo. Like Ringo's given the opportunities and give us what he's got, and that's it. It's on Howie Roseman. Okay, so if no Ringo and Jackson were getting beat by nobody. Yeah, I mean, even early in camp they were getting beat by nobodies, and now those nobodies are becoming somebodies, and Darius Cooper is becoming a somebody. And it wouldn't shock me if if Elijah Cooks didn't get hurt in that first preseason game, he'd be probably cooking everybody as well still. You know? Gray said gold chains really irks me. He thinks he's Dion. Take those chains off, be humble, and play ball. Where the fuck did that come from? Bills, I think Eagles are going to be fine. Unfortunately, injuries happen. We'll get landed. We'll get well. Yeah, we'll be fine. I'm not worried about the guard spot. We'll be all right. Banjo is probably having a heart attack in the press box watching the preseason game. Yeah, they didn't show him too much that night. They didn't show too much. He just says, well, Trevor Keegan needs to stay healthy. We would think he would fill it for that starting guard. Yeah, he's just never. Last year he was hurt. This year he was hurt again. And they haven't put him at left guard at all. They haven't put him at left guard. He's our number 3 center right now. That's it. Maxwell Hutz says, let's let everyone have growing pains. Yeah, I think they will. I think these guys will have the growing pains. It will happen. So it will happen. You're gonna have to with certain guys. You can't we're going through camp and everyone has to look like a superstar. Like some guys are. It's a build up, especially guys that were injured in camp and missed 4 or 5 days. You got to let those guys have more time. You can't just James said, I really like Taylor Moore, and do you think he might make the team in some way? Unless he's playing special teams, probably not, because Anaya Smith, I think, is over him. Obviously Darius Cooper's going to be over him. That's really depending if they keep 4 to 5 receivers, maybe even 6, but they might just keep 5. We'll see what happens. With Elijah Cooks hurting, Taylor Moore might have more of a chance, but I think it's still an uphill battle regardless. Nothing else is being reported. What's going on? I'm telling you right now, there better be some really good reporting, like when it comes to these joint practices. There better be some good fucking reporting at these practices. That's all I gotta say. Like, this shit better be A+ fucking shit. Better get done. No excuses on those days. I know this isn't Eagles related, but it looks like KFC is bringing back. My girlfriend just texted me this because loves it. KFC is officially bringing back the fucking potato wedges. The potato wedges are back at KFC. Thank fucking God. I haven't ate those in a long time, by the way. Oh, okay. Where's the updates? What's going on? Hello? Hello? All right, so yeah, you can't have star players at every position, but you could have nice depth. Bill Godshaw says, Joey Shakes, I'll give Ringo a couple weeks, then I'll buy you a loaf of bread so you could throw burnt toast at him. Bennett will put him on a bench. Didn't fans throw toast at Jenkins? Why would I don't even know. No, I don't think so. But yeah, no, I agree though. I mean, I've never like I'm gonna be honest with you. Like this corner spot, like I really have no faith in it right now. Besides Bennett, like that's like it. Besides him, like if he doesn't work, like it's like I'm saying, you're gonna have to throw Makuba into safety and have to throw Bennett into the regular season and let these guys grow. But Bennett's only had a couple days. He's only had literally 3 days of practice. Technically only 2 days because he was standing at the first practice the day before we had our preseason game, or 2 days before, really before our walkthrough day. So technically it's like his second technical practice. KFC going to be out of potato wedges? I'm buying all of them. Thing. Almost Thursday, I didn't realize KFC got rid of them, but I haven't been there in a long time. Yeah, they haven't had them for a long time. The French fries were just horrible. Horrible. Getting ready for ESPN's analysis of today's non-padded practice. Ray Oid says no more injuries to practice. Please and thank you. Saquon not getting team reps, probably keeping him fresh for joint. Yeah, of course he is. Where's this news? Where's the other news at? What's going on? Why is it so? They're probably not going to have a long practice today. Gray says Howie must be looking to sign Davis and Carr next year, otherwise we'll overcompensate by releasing too many guys. Yeah. Davis and Carter, not sure about Davis, but Carter, 100%. That's the first contract that's going to get done. Yeah, Eli Ricks, I think, has played really good. I mean, I think he deserves a shot. I mean, I'm not saying he's going to be a starting corner for this team. He deserves a shot, honestly. I think he does. You know, they're putting him on whatever defense and facing whatever offense he's facing, and he's making plays. Fuck it. You know? Cubis, I thought Joey was about to say Casey's officially bringing back the cheetah. Yeah, no. but see how it goes. We will see. No updates yet. They're gonna keep a lot of guys fresh for the next couple of days. Next couple of days they'll be keeping a lot of guys fresh, so you know. I would have to say practice is not going to be much longer. I would probably have to say it's going to be. You're not going. Yeah, I don't think you're going real hard in practice today. I mean, you don't have pads on, so. Jace is great. My great grandfather was Steve Van Buren. When he was around, he loved to see running backs do well on the Eagles. Do you think Barkley will have another 2K year, or will pass a game slow him? No, I don't think so, dude. And I mean, if your great grandfather is Steve Van Buren, holy shit. But it's gonna. I mean, look, if his body is right, he could do it again. You know, he could do it again. It's not impossible. And a down year for Barkley, yardage wise, would be like a 16 to 1800 yard season, probably. You know, this team is becoming more of a run first type offense now. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. What is this? This from the game. Kieran does a nice job press coverage on Jamar until he stops and hauls it back shoulder pass. Bears doesn't have the fluidity to match that, not to overreact to performance. The second team defense against top 5 quarterback and top 3 receiver, but playing with his back to the ball has been a big issue going back to college. Yeah. I'm not expecting Ringo to win every single matchup. Yeah, I mean, look at his reaction time. Like, his body movement is slower than fucking maple syrup. It really is. You know, but if that was even a catch, you know, it might have been a catch. I know they said it was a catch, but you know. Let's see. Oh, practice is over. Told you. I knew it. I knew it. So Eagles 57-minute practice ends with a nice Kyle McCord pass to EJ Jenkins over the middle for about 20 yards. Browns in town for joint practices Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah. So short practice today, and the real shit starts tomorrow at fucking Thursday. So yeah. Just hope our offense coordinator is the guy, man. Yeah, I'm not. That's like the last thing I'm really gonna worry about. Like, I think, you know, I think he was, even during the preseason, I thought he called some good stuff. That's the last thing I'm really gonna worry about until we figure out this roster and what's going on after this week. That's really gonna be the big thing, the big key this week. You know, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, practice is over, so they're resting a lot of guys. They're not giving a lot of guys a shit ton of reps because, you know, they never really have 3 straight practices. They had a practice today, 2 more practices, joint practices Wednesday, Thursday, walk through Friday, game at 1:00 Eastern on Saturday. So you call him potato wedges, we call him JoJo's. I've never heard of JoJo's. I've never heard that term. It would be nice to have a veteran corner to help this young group or call up some retired ones. I mean, look, they brought in a veteran, but not a good one. I mean, if Vic Fangio goes to a press conference and he's pretty much like, hey, you know, Adoree Jackson can never get a second contract with a team and really needs to prove himself, that's not a good sign. And if he says, hey, the competition between Keely Ringo and Adoree Jackson is close, that's not positive. That's really bad, you know? So this is what happens when you don't put anything towards this position, unfortunately. Sucks, man. Sucks. You know? So I think that's going to be it for the day. That's the end of practice, and we'll be back tomorrow with a practice. I'll have a video out for tomorrow morning on today's practice, and honestly talk about, there's really nothing much to take from this practice except left guard, who was in there, a couple guys got beat, whatever. I mean, there's not really much to take from this practice regarding who lined up where, and it's only like they're wearing no pads today, so there's really nothing that's valuable from today's practice besides maybe a few bits of information. But just to let you guys know, I'll be streaming the first joint practice tomorrow. First joint practice tomorrow, and I'm not going to be able to get that video done probably until like late night. So I'll have a video. It doesn't affect you guys. I'll have a video up for the joint practice the next day. I have to go somewhere, unfortunately, at 5 o'clock, so I won't be able to finish anything after the practice. So I'll have to do it when I get back at night, and probably it'll be like a straight to the point type video. Probably can't go over every little detail, but at least, some of the important stuff. So, yeah, other than that, guys, pretty much it. 143 in the chat. Thank you for joining up on the stream today. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're new. Make sure you hit the like button if you guys haven't either. It helps out tremendously. Thank you so much for joining up, and I will see you guys on the next one. Love you all. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for everything today. Shake, squat up, follow, slide. Peace out, guys. Peace. Peace.